Hi, Michelle. Thank you for the happy birthday. Thanks for coming to my birthday party. All right, earbud alert. I'm going to blow this thing. What's a party without a noisemaker, right? I just am so happy that you guys are here. It says we got 4 in the room, and any more than 2's a party, right? Well, 2's a party, can be a party. Anyway, I got my party hat. These are actually little dinosaur hats. Isn't that cute? You have to see me from the back to be able to see it. And I have my cupcake right there. So I'm going to blow out my candle. How's that going when I muted my whole computer? One of these days. There we go. So let's get the party started. I'm not going to actually eat this right now because it's delicious, but it's also super moist and a little bit messy. So I'm going to eat my cupcake after we all hang out for a little while. And I wish I could give one to all of you. My daughter makes the most amazing cupcakes. And hi, Kelly, and thank you so much. Thanks for coming to my birthday party. I'm going to take my hat off because I got some makeup to do. But isn't that cute? Little dinosaur hats. Dollar Tree. Anyway, I thought it would be more fun to have a party if we had party hats. My light was on, but it has decided that it's out of battery. So, and my little fairy lights are really dim. I'm going to have to change the batteries in those. So anyway, that's what we got. But I have some new makeup. Hi, Jody. Thank you for the happy birthday. I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer. I don't have a fancy zooming camera or anything like that. I just use my phone. So I brought you in a little closer. And I do a makeup low buy from January 1st until April 1st. April's my birthday month. And because my birthday's at the last of the month, I get to experience the whole month as my birthday month. So I don't buy very much makeup at all in the first quarter of the year. Unless there's something that's like really hot that I really want to review, and I will go ahead and get that, but it's not, I don't spend very much. And then, so I let myself get a few things in April to treat myself for my birthday. And so those are the things I'm going to show you, along with some others that are just favorites, tried and true in my collection, so that we can do a full face of makeup. And some of them, a couple of things I'm going to ask you guys which one you want to see, because I've got like 3 eye brighteners and only 2 eyes. So anyway, let me get my hair out of my face and we'll get started on putting on some makeup. It'll actually be my second face of makeup for the day because I did have to go to work. We aren't really doing much to celebrate my birthday today. I had the kids all came out and the grandbaby on Sunday, and my husband grilled brats, and we just played games and had a nice time. And then I opened a gift from my husband this morning before I went to work. And then I have to leave for rehearsal. My daughter is already gone to dance. She has rehearsal with me tonight. And so by the time we get home, it's going to be like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So we'll be too tired for birthday. Anyway, that's fine because my birthday, like I said, was celebrated on Sunday. So how are you guys all doing? Let me know what you're up to, how your week is going. We had tremendous amounts of rain over the past few days. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you. But thankfully, we didn't have anything severe. I hope all of you also did not have severe weather in this last round of storms. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you so much. But we did get a lot of rain, so I think you need to be a little closer. All right. So like I said, we're going in on the second round of makeup. And I had all of the information for these products printed out, and I left the printout in the other room. So I'll just pull them up. I have it right here on my computer. And the first thing I'm going to be putting on, I bought a few things from e.l.f. Hi, Lori. Nice to see you. And I always like to put on a moisturizing lip balm when I'm doing my makeup, because then by the time you're ready to put your lips on, your lips are nice and moisturized and hydrated. Hi, thank you. We got a happy birthday. The chats go away too fast. Hang on. Okay, I feel really bad because I know Scott M's wife, but I don't know your first name, and I feel like I should, and I'm horrible at names, and so I Please forgive me for not knowing your name, but could you tell me in the chat so that then I can call you by your name? Anyway, so the first thing I got was this Squeeze Me lip balm, and this is new at e.l.f. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought when I got this that this was a travel size. This is tiny. If you've had their ride or die lip balms in the past, this is like half the size. This one's vanilla frosting. It's $4. Cheryl, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I will remember. I've been working really hard on matching up usernames and first names. So anyway, this is just really small. It only has, let me see on the box, 0.21 ounces. And I don't know how that compares to other lip balms, but it's pretty dinky. It does say that it's boosted with nourishing ingredients like shea butter, hyaluronic acid, and goji berry, and has 5 delicious scents and shades. This one is strawberry, no, this one is vanilla frosting, and I believe it's just clear. I haven't used it. These are first impressions on these, most of these things. So yeah, it's just clear, maybe a little bit of a tinted yellow. And oh, it definitely smells like frosting, almost caramel though. Anyway, and then they have strawberry, grape, honeydew, and peach. So let's just put a little of this on. It's very, very emollient, but it's not sticky. And yeah, that is super punchy on the fragrance. Almost a little bit of a coffee smell too. I don't hate it. It's actually really nice, but it's very small. So just so you know, if you're expecting like the ride or die size, I think it's about half that. And I apologize for not looking at you, but I need to get back to my my screen. Okay, the next thing I have, and we're going to use this, I guess, as a primer, and it's the bronzing drops. I don't have any other of this type of product because I tend to feel like with me being so fair that this just looks odd because then it doesn't match my neck. But we're going to try it, and I could have sworn this is the e.l.f. Skin Bronzing Drops. And it says bronze plus nourish. It includes antioxidants and sunflower seed oil. This is the shade 02 Pure Gold. I could have sworn I ordered 01 the Rose Gold, but nowhere on my order, on my invoice, nowhere does it say what I actually ordered color-wise. It just has that I ordered this product. So I don't know if I ordered the wrong color or they sent me the wrong color, but we're going to see if we can make it work anyway. And let me read you a little bit about what this says. It says antioxidant rich tinted serum that nourishes skin and gives you a warm sun-kissed complexion, gives you a back from vacation glow while moisturizing and nourishing your skin with sunflower seed oil, antioxidants like vitamin E plus marula oil and raspberry seed oil. So I don't know how all of these oils are going to play on my oily skin, but we're going to try it. It says to mix the pigmented liquid formula with moisturizer or oil. I am not going to be mixing these with oil, I can tell you that. To customize your glow. If you use more drops, you get more glow. So I've already put on my moisturizer. Didn't do any of my other skincare because, like I said, this is my second face of makeup. I did all of my skincare this morning, and then when I got home from work, I'm going to mix it with the moisturizer. I just washed my face and put on a moisturizer, but we're going to put on another moisturizer. I've got this e.l.f. Daily Moisturizer. I leave this one over here on my table just in case I sit down and I forgot to put it on or something. I don't know. So we're going to use a little bit of moisturizer, and then this says to shake it up. And I'm going to do maybe 2, 1. I think we're going to do 2 drops, especially since I got the number 2 shade instead of the number 1 shade. It has 3 shades, by the way. So let's just see what we got. Like I said, I'm a little scared. Okay, I don't think I can even see that that's doing anything. Oh, I should have done one side and then the other. You guys, I just go, I don't think sometimes before I do it. Do I look bronzed? I feel like my face looks red. I don't know. I just feel like I look red now. My hands are really glowy. And it is glowy. So then, I guess if you put this on, let's do this just on the back of my hand and see what would happen like if you were going to use it on your body. It is very glowy. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely a difference in color between my 2 hands. So like if you wanted to use this on your body or on your shoulders, your neck, that kind of stuff, I think it'd be really pretty. And when you're going out. All right, I got to get a wipe because I have this everywhere. Everywhere. If you were waiting for me and I was a minute later, so I apologize. But my little plant back there, I noticed was looking a little droopy and definitely needed some water before I got on. I never used to be able to keep plants alive when I was raising my kids. And now that I don't have to keep tiny humans alive, I'm doing a much better job keeping plants alive. But that one was looking pretty droopy. So anyway, I've got water. What are you guys having today? Do you have a snack? And now, I don't know, are you supposed to put foundation then over this? And the foundation I picked, if I do that, is going to be probably too light. So I think I need to pick a different foundation. Let me get my bucket out here. Hang on. I have way too many foundations, you guys. I think this one will work, though. I was going to use the Flower Beauty. Yeah, I actually do think, Cheryl, that the tone does look pretty good. And maybe I did get this one because now that I think about it, I think I was worried that the rose gold one would be too pink. So maybe that's why I did that. But I am going to use this Moira foundation. I'm so indecisive. Sugar-free vanilla coffee sounds amazing. Let me see what the shade of this one is. No, okay. This is what happens when you do first impressions, when you don't know what it's going to end up looking like. Strawberry milkshake. I miss ice cream. I can't have milk. And our Walmart used to carry the So Delicious coconut milk ice cream, and they're not for some reason right now. And it makes me sad. So what do you guys think? Foundation or skin tint? If I want this glow to shine through, I'm probably should wear a skin tint, huh? I think I need to do that. Ooh. Let's fall back on the good old Wet n Wild tinted hydrator, and I think I will be happier with that. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Are you guys game playing families? Peanut butter and graham crackers with milk. Lori, that sounds delicious. When we get together, we like to play games, card games, board games, that kind of stuff. We played Skip-Bo when we were together on Sunday, and that is a card game. And it's one of those that's not so complicated that you can't also visit while you're playing it, and really enjoy playing that. Role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, that kind of thing. Mary? I have never actually played. I don't even Yeah, okay, yeah. I've never played that, so I don't even know what's involved to play it. But I bet it's a very social old maid. Go fish. Maybe you can play Go Fish. Okay. We also like strategy games like Settlers of Catan and things like that. The problem with some of those games now, though, is there's too many of us. Most games stop at 6 players, and if we're all together, there's 8 of us, and so it's hard for us all to play together. And my daughter-in-law is not super fond of playing games, but she likes to sit. She sits around and visits with us while we do that. All right, so I have put on the Wet n Wild skin tint, and I feel like that glow from those bronzing drops kind of shows through there. And yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. All right, the other thing that I got was this $6 under eye brightener. This is from Catrice, and Jen talked about this. We do play Risk sometimes. Axis and Allies, no, my oldest son was kind of into that, but it was so complicated that really only his dad was willing to sit through the explanation of how to play it. And so they played a couple of times. But Risk we do. I do not like Monopoly. Sometimes they play Monopoly, but I just don't like it. So anyway, so this under eye brightener, Instant Awake from Catrice, like I said, is $6. I heard about it from Jen Phelps. And it is super emollient, almost a little too emollient, but it does a really good job brightening under your eyes. So there's that one. I also have the Bobbi Brown corrector in light bisque. And I'm going to put that one next to it. This one is also super emollient, but it's a little bit more opaque and a little bit more pink, I think. My dog is outside barking. Oh, Monopoly, but you're terrible at it. Yeah, for some reason, I don't have the patience for it. I don't know why. And then I have the e.l.f. under eye brightener, and it is also brilliant and feels very much like the Catrice. Looks very much like the Catrice. So I'm going to use 2 of these. I'm going to use the Catrice. Do you guys want to see me put it with the e.l.f. or the Bobbi Brown? Let me know down in the comments. Yeah, we love Clue. Clue is so much fun. And it is fun because we can actually have somebody for all of the characters. I have 1 vote for e.l.f., so if you want to see something else, speak up. I'm going to put this one under my left eye. I think my right eye is actually a little bit darker, so it's hard to compare, but we're going to do the Catrice under the left eye. And I'm just going to dab that right there. I got a little bit too much. And then I'm going to use a fluffy brush just to kind of blend it and remove a little of the excess. When I use a corrector, I try to just keep it right here where it's dark. And if I use my finger, thank you, Kelly, I appreciate it. We still have my Clue game, Miss Scarlett with the wrench in the conservatory, so funny. That it was my game when I was small, so it is a fairly old vintage, I guess, vintage game. And so it's fun having the one that was mine that we're playing with. We have a couple of games like that. I think we have a Monopoly game that was my husband's too. So, all right, any other votes for something besides e.l.f.? Because that's what I'm going with. They are actually the most similar in consistency, the e.l.f. and the Bobbi Brown. So, I mean, the e.l.f. and the Catrice. So I'm going to put the e.l.f. over here and try to use about the same amount. And then I have a different brush to blend it in so that I don't like confound the results by mixing the product. So I like to use the brush because it helps to remove the excess a little bit, and then just tap, 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 tap until I feel like it's soaked in. Okay, so what do you guys think? Which one looks like it's corrected and brighter? Is there one that you like better than the other? Here's the Catrice and the Elf. Catrice and Elf. Trying to back up so that the Catrice side. Yeah, I've been thinking that too. And I've switched them back and forth because, like I said, I think I have a little bit more darkness under this eye, but it doesn't matter. If I put it under this one looks brighter. So it's a pretty good, it's a pretty good, and for $6, I mean, it's crazy, crazy, crazy. But I do usually put concealer over it. And today I have the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade 325 Eggshells. Charades is one. I never think to play that. We have other like things like that. There's one called Things. And then we have some other like card games like Apples to Apples, but not just Apples to Apples. But Things is fun because everybody writes down their answer on a piece of paper, and then the person that is it picks the one that they like the best. Balderdash is another one that's like that with, you know, writing out the meanings of words and that kind of thing. Oh, by the way, I just caught sight of my fingernails. I painted my fingernails yesterday so that I would have pretty nails for my birthday, and they were already chipping this morning. I did it yesterday afternoon at like 3-4 o'clock, and they already look terrible. Another one that we can play with a lot of people, Taboo is a fun one that's like a team game, or Scattergories. Those are fun because they're not like sitting at a table. You can kind of be scattered out and be comfortable. This is a huge doe foot and a ton of product comes out. So I do not recommend going in with that on your eyes. You'll get way too much. I'm kind of breaking my rules. I don't know if I'm good at charades for being in the theater or not, but I think charades is almost more about the people knowing you and how you act things out. But anyway, that might be Sylvia, because this is, I didn't bring it in here. It's a LA Girl gel. And I remember loving the LA Girl gel, the Color Craze gel, because it would last forever. And it might be a couple years old now. So that might be. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, or I can't draw to save my life. So Pictionary is rough for me. Anyway, so I'm going to go in with my finger here and just take a little bit. And then that is going to be dabbed on in that tear trough. And I'm using that on both. Oh my gosh, guess who? Have you guys seen the Guess Who, but you can't use any physical characteristics, those shorts that are on like Instagram and YouTube? They are hysterical. Maybe not quite PC, but they're so funny. Anyway, so I'm going to be dabbing that concealer in, but I am breaking my rule for concealers and foundations. I try to match the finish of the foundation and the finish of the concealer, meaning that if I'm using a skin tint or a lightweight foundation, I like to use a lighter finish concealer. And today I'm using a skin tint and a full coverage concealer, but that's okay. I wanted to test out these products. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. concealer sponge and my 10X mirror and just kind of gently, this is dry, by the way. I like doing this with a dry sponge because I feel like if I do this final blend of my concealer with a wet sponge, it just takes it all away and I don't have any coverage left. So I use my sponge and kind of open up those creases right there to see if I've got product settled in there. And then I dab it away. If I had 3 hands, I could use a puff and pull it and dab and still be able to use my mirror, but I don't. So, okay. So I think my under eyes look really nice. They look brightened. The darkness is covered, but there's not so much product that they look heavy and cakey. So, all right, let me go back and see what we're, oh, you guys, I completely forgot my Wet n Wild Impossible primer stick. This is one that I actually used. All right, well, you're just gonna have to watch another video of mine when I use this so that you can see how it goes. I've got too much going on, too much on the table in front of me. Anyway, the Wet n Wild, hi Jamie. The Wet n Wild Impossible Primer is a silicone-free primer, but it feels all the world like a silicone primer. Does a great job blurring, all of that kind of stuff. My issue with it is it dries out really fast and it gets really crumbly, and I can't get it from my hands to my face without ending up with it in my lap. So I thought, this sounds interesting. And so I tried it, and I'm going to put it on my hand. Well, I'm going to do it on this hand because this is the one I didn't put the drops on. And you tell me what you think. If you can see, I know the camera makes it really hard, but can you tell? Let me turn these lights away because sometimes when it's not so bright, you can tell better. Right? This is where I put it. Can you tell at all the blurring that it's done? Anyway, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it does a great job blurring. And yes, I like it so much better than the original. And there's a lot in there. So when I used this, I just took it and swiped it like through my T-zone on my nose, and then I pressed it. Hi, Liz. Thank you so much. And then I just pressed it into my pores, and I thought it did a great job mattifying and blurring the pores, and then it stayed that way. So sometimes you use a blurring primer and it looks great, but when you put product over the top of it, you lose it. It doesn't continue blurring. But this really did, and I'm sorry that I didn't use it, and I've already got products on, so I can't use it now. But I promise you I will put it in another video. Oh, I think we should do the first giveaway. All right, so these are not huge giveaways, by the way. If you came in here expecting that you're going to be, getting a whole box full of stuff, this is just light and fun. So I am going to, I just made a piece of index card or notebook paper or something. Oh, here. I have a notebook, and I'm going to write down a number from, how many people are in here? 12. Okay, I'm going to write down a number from 1 to 20, and then don't do it yet. And then you guys write a number in the comments for what the number is. Don't do it yet. I got to write down my number. Okay. It's written down. I'm not going to put this down so you can tell I haven't changed it. All right, now put down a number in the comments between 1 and 20. If you guess what somebody else guessed and you want to go again, you can. All right, Kelly's unboxing edition. You are the winner. My number was 12. Congratulations, Kelly. So let me write your name down here. Good job, you guys. So what Kelly has won is a Cherry Blossom Florist Mask from Dito Skin, a Global Beauty Care Gold Lip Mask, and the Crystal Collagen Gold Powder Eye Mask. So you have won a self-care pampering session, Kelly. What you need to do is either on Instagram, or if you go to my channel page, to the About Me section, there's an email. You can send me your address information there, and I'll send those out to you. Congratulations, you're the first birthday party winner. All right. It's always, even if it's just a little thing, it's fun to win a prize. Okay, I think let's go on to, I'm going to put on some bronzer. This isn't a new product. It's the Revolution Cream Bronzer in light. And I love this cream bronzer. It's really hard to open. So I predict that very soon I will break this lid because I kind of have to twist to open it. And it's going to be hard on that hinge. But for now, it's pretty good. And I just got a hair in it. Or it's got a brush hair in it. Anyway, I just go in with my finger and dab it on. And then grab a fluffy, dense brush and blend. And that is seriously all it takes. It's so easy and beginner friendly. If you want to use a cream bronzer, but you're a little worried about, you've not used one before or worried about getting too much, this is awesome. So I will, after the live is done, I'll go back in and I'll put product links and all that kind of stuff in the description box. So if you want to do some shopping, if there's anything that you want to check out and you want to use my links, they'll be there. If you don't, it's no big deal. But and I really I'm kind of battling this whole influencing people to buy stuff thing versus just like telling what works for me. And if you're in the market for something, having information available to help you make a good decision, because I think that that is valuable. This brush is an e.l.f. brush. It's their e.l.f. powder blurring brush. This came in a set it was a Christmas set maybe 2 years ago, and there were a ton of brushes in there. I actually split it out and did some in a giveaway and then kept just a few of them. And I really like this brush. I'm trying to think if I have. It's very similar to the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush that I also have. So anyway, if you can't find this particular one, but they do call it the powder blurring brush. And it's great for cream bronzers and cream blushes. Speaking of cream blushes, I actually have 2 to try, and I'm going to do one on each side, and I think they're similar enough in color that it will work. So good dense face brushes. I also like this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. And then, so this one, it's just a little bit smaller, but this one's nice for contouring if you want to just get right in under and you don't want to spread the product too far, or you want to get under here. Speaking of, I forgot to do under my jawline. Let me open this again. I always like to put just a little bit right there on that part that kind of hangs down, just to kind of try to help it recede a little. And I know I should use like a contour color instead of my bronzer, but that means I get it on another product. I'm kind of lazy sometimes, so I just didn't. I need to do a video on brushes maybe one of these days. So the 2 cream blushes I have, one second while I try and get the seal off of this guy. Without this is weird. I thought if I could pull right here, it would just come off, but there we go. Okay. Got it. The color for the Wet n Wild, this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Lip and Cheek color. And this one, I think I just destroyed the part I can actually read. Rosy Romance. Okay, and so this is supposed to be for lip and cheek. Has that doe foot. We're going to just swatch it right there. Pretty, pretty color shade. I think it's beautiful. It's a little bit of a peachy pink, or it just turns that way on me. Sometimes stuff does that. says add seamless color to your lips and cheeks with softly staining power, easy to apply, creamy texture. Apply with fingers, a brush, or a sponge, buildable and blendable. So we're going to do that on one side, and then on the other, we're going to use the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. This is the first one of these that I bought, and this is in Dusty Rose. I almost bought, there was one that was kind of a coral color, and I almost bought it just because it was different, but then I was like, okay, let's be real. The makeup wearer you think that you are might wear that shade, but the makeup wearer that you actually are is probably not going to. So I reined it in and went with the safe, boring, realistic, neutral, rosy color. And then we're going to put this one next to it. And let's see. Oh yeah, they're very similar. I think the Wet n Wild, I'm sorry, the e.l.f. is a little bit warmer. So I might look a little different from one side to the other. But okay, and then the e.l.f. is also thinner. This one is a little more, a little thicker. And so we'll see. I'm going to have to be careful on that Wet n Wild, I can see. Because like here, I'm blending out the Wet n Wild, and it's shearing out quite a bit. And I applied kind of the same amount of both of them, but there is way more product on the e.l.f. side. So, all right, that gives me some information to go by. And we're going to be a little more careful. So I'm going to take this e.l.f. Man, a lot comes out. And I'm going to do 2 dots. And just start the blend with my finger. Maybe just do it that way. And then bring my sponge in. I think it's kind of pretty. What do you guys think? I like it. All right, and then on the other side, we're going to do the Wet n Wild. And again, I'm going to just start with 2 dots, and then we can always add more if we need to add more. It is a really pretty and soft shade. It is getting harder and harder to find cool tones. And I want to try a purple blush, because even when I bring something home and I think it's cool toned, it ends up looking warm on me, because like this one I thought was pretty cool toned, and I still think it looks a little bit peach on my cheek. But I don't think that they look very different. However, I feel like the Wet n Wild did a better job not disturbing the foundation underneath. I kind of feel like on this side, there's more of my pigmentation and stuff showing through. Again, I'm going to turn these lights away and see if you guys can, there, I'll turn it just a little bit. It just feels like there's more of my skin showing through on the e.l.f. side than on the Wet n Wild side. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Turn the lights down just a tiny bit. Okay. We're going back so I can see I can't see what you guys have said. Okay, Cheryl, this is so funny because I watch a lot of YouTube while I'm doing something else, and I cannot tell you how many times I have to like go back because I didn't hear what they were using. And so I'm actually considering, when I do my videos, putting the product name on the bottom and leaving it there for the entire time that I'm doing it. They are definitely two different finishes. And yes, I think I did see Jen's cool tone blushes at the drugstore video. This one is a little more glowy, I think. And this one's a little bit more matte. And for me, with my oily skin, especially since I use those bronzing drops that are kind of glowy and a skin tint, we're definitely going to have to powder this down eventually. But I'm going to just, I don't need more blush, but I'm going to just see how they build. Do they build on themselves? Do they lift the coverage if you try to build? So I'm going to put one more dot. I do really like both of them. This one, I feel like, I just feel like I like the finish a little better on this one, but I can also see an application or a use for the other one, especially on really light coverage days. So yes, that one built really well on itself. It didn't lift the coverage. So I'm going to then blend. And then the e.l.f. See if we can get, if it'll give more coverage or it'll lift them up. I could mix them. I love mixing foundations. I feel like a chemist sometimes when I'm doing it, but oh, that is super pigmented. Wow. But I do like to mix foundations, and I feel like sometimes you get the best of both of them when you mix them together. I don't know if the e.l.f. built very well on itself. I think if you're going to do the e.l.f., you need to go in with what you want right away and then leave it alone. This one I felt built a little better. What do you guys think? I feel like I don't know. They both look good. I'm being super picky. I like both of them. I will use both of them and be glad to have them. But oh, price-wise, let me tell you what the price was for these guys. This one, the Wet n Wild, is $5.99, and the e.l.f. is $7. So they're really not that different. One is $6, one is $7. Oh, I also wanted to let you guys know right now on the Wet n Wild website, they are having 25% off face products with the code WWFace25. So 25% off all their face products, and $25 and up, you get free shipping. And Rakuten is offering a 4% cash back on Wet n Wild right now, so you can save even more money. If there are Wet n Wild products that you've been looking to buy, that might be a good time to do it. Now, I'm not saying go buy a bunch of Wet n Wild products just so you can save some money, but if you were already planning on buying some, they are having a sale. And I have a Rakuten link. It actually should be in the description box right now because I have some things that automatically populate down there. If you haven't used Rakuten before, it's a cashback program when you shop online, and it actually does send you cash back. All right, so highlighter, I am just going to go in real quick with my ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in Flexitarian. I have put this in my Panning Cats and Dogs project. It's also in my Out the Door in 24 project, and I never thought I would be a panner, but here I am, just killing it. And so I have this in for 10 uses, so we're going to get some use out of it today. And I like to just put that on my finger and do a little tap, and then I go in with a clean finger and blend. So if I need a little extra, then I can tap in with the finger with it on there, and then clean finger to blend. Okay. And then I'm going to blend that again. Okay, I need to use some powder and powder this down a little bit. I'm going to use under my eyes. Yeah, I'm having so much fun with the panning. I was really concerned about the tracking and all of that, but I'm finding ways to make it work for me, and I'm having a great time. And it is just amazing when you're using a product, even if it's not in a project, and you hit pan, and it's like, oh, I gotta tell somebody. So I've been thinking about doing like a all the products I have pan in just to show off because, you know, who else is going to geek out about that kind of stuff with me other than you guys? What was I going to do? Oh, powder. I was going to do powder. So this is the Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder. This is the second, maybe third one of these I have purchased. And I don't know what I'm going to do when it's gone because I've heard that the reformulation isn't the same. So I'm going to have to find a new favorite under eye powder. And it might end up being this Moira one that is like pretty much almost empty. It's that 4-color one, and I just swirl them all together. It's also really good under the eyes. So, but before I powder, you know the drill. You got to check for creases because, yep, I got creases in spades. Do you guys see this? See all that extra product that's gathered there? So I grab my sponge. Sometimes I tap it. Sometimes I grab my sponge and tap out the creases. Tap out the extra product. And then dab in with the powder. If you don't tap out and you just go in, then you're going to set all of that extra product. It's just going to grab on the powder, and it's going to be even more visible and look cakey and terrible. It did better on this side. I didn't have as much product on that side. That's one reason I never set my eyes right after I put my concealer on. I always go and do something else and then come back and look at it, because by then it will have had a chance to move with your face and all of that kind of stuff, and you can see where you've got too much. So, all right, I've got to catch up on some comments here because I've missed a bunch. Let me go back here. We talked about the brushes, warm shades of blush. Kelly, that's great that you found a brush at Makeup Geek, but it's too bad that they went out of business. And because I bought some of their magnetic palettes, and then I also tried to get a brush from them, and I didn't get it because it had sold out. But if you find something like that and you love it, then you can't get more. Cool tone blushes, we talked about that. Yes, it's hard to find a cool brown lip product, Cheryl. You are absolutely correct. I'm going back kind of a lot because I missed a lot while I was talking about blushes. Okay, Jamie, what about panning scares you? That's what I want to know. There, I know I can look at. So Jamie likes watching panning videos, but it scares. Oh, you don't want to hit pan on your favorite products. Until you do it, and then you're like, and then it's just this like high, like dopamine hit kind of thing, and you're like, oh yes. So and then you want to do it even more. So yeah. But yes, if you hit pan on a discontinued product, I gotta show you guys something. Oh, did you hear that? That was my foundation basket. I hope nothing broke. Who remembers this guy? I have 2, maybe 3 uses left in here, and I don't want to use it because when it's gone, it is gone. And I don't know why they discontinued it. It was so good. Hi, Becky. Thank you. So yeah, hitting pan or using up something that's discontinued is scary. But then again, if I just leave it at this forever, then it's going to go bad. And then I will have missed out on 3 uses of something that I absolutely love. So, and I have not had good success trying to do things like that on eBay because I always end up with something expired. Anyway, let's do some brows because I'm sitting here with no brows. And I bought another one of the e.l.f. Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencils. Kelly, it's been fun. Thank you for sharing my birthday with me. I hope you all have a wonderful supper, and I will see you soon. I have not run across something similar to the CYO, although I have heard that the Complexion Crush is similar, and I'm almost out of this as well. And so I have on my schedule to do a comparison of these two. And I heard that from Jen that the Complexion Crush was very similar to the CYO. So I am going to compare those and I'll let you guys know. Yeah, if Mary's great at hunting down expired makeup and you guys have something you want to find, let her know. That would be great. The Gone Grayish lipstick. Oh, I don't think I've ever had that one. Yeah, and remembering that things expire, it's not, I never like to talk about my makeup as a collection. I like to always use the word inventory instead, because it is a product, it is something that expires. You can't just collect them and put them on a shelf like you do statues, or even for like a crafter or a sewer. I have yarn and material and I can collect that and it's not going to go bad. Now, if I get moths in my yarn or something, then it could be an issue. But in general, it can just stay there forever. And then 10 years from now, maybe I have a project. 10 years from now, the makeup that's over here is going to have to all be in the trash if it's still there. I don't know what Elf did to this spoolie, but that was weird. It's like fatter at the bottom and thinner here, and so it didn't feel like it fit right, and it's shorter. I wish I had an old one of these. It used to be a longer spoolie. That's really weird. All right, so this is not a microbrow pencil. It's a regular pencil, and it has a nice sharp point on it right now, but once you use that, that rounds down, and so this isn't my favorite pencil, but it is only $3, maybe $4 now, but I like having one because it does fill in super quickly if you just want to get your brows done and move on with your life. And I am not one to spend a ton of time on my brows. I just don't care too much. Okay, so what is, oops. Okay. I have some red spots under my brows that kind of are driving me crazy because it looks like I've made a mess with my brows when I haven't. But that's just, I guess, getting older. You get weird spots on your skin in different places. And then, you know, they show up, they go away. I do enjoy the tone of this brow pencil, though. The shade I have is blonde. It is a good shade for me. It's not too dark. It's not too gray. So, and my brows are definitely cousins, not even sisters today. I don't know what's going on with my brows, but that's as good as they're going to get, you guys. Okay, and then I'm going to do some powder. I've got the 16-hour Cover and Last from Essence. This is my favorite powder, you guys. There's not much left. And it is also in my Panning Cats and Dogs project. When this is gone, I will buy it again. My shade is 02 Champagne, and this is my second one. So I am now going to just take down the shine in that T-zone. And this just, it's a great setting powder, but I also really love it for a powder foundation in the summertime. I can put it on and it just looks beautiful on my skin without looking heavy or cakey, and it lasts through our hot, humid summers so well. I don't really want to take away all the glow on my cheeks, so I'm kind of going around like that. Okay, I actually don't know if I want to do much on my eyes. I don't have a powder bronzer out here. I was thinking I have this one and done kind of Flavito and Albedo. I actually wore this earlier today, and I think I'm just going to put this back on. It's just kind of a bright shimmer because I really liked the way my eyes looked. and I'm tapping it on and then kind of shearing it out a little so it's not a ton of shimmer. Because we've already been here for a while, and so we'll just do something easy. And then I'm going to grab, let's see, I'll grab this Catrice Holiday Skin Bronzing Highlighting Duo, and I'm going to use that in my transition. So I'm going to use that bronzer just in the crease to give a little depth right there. I believe they were going for a dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury. You can see the embossing in there, and it looks very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Bronzer Highlight Duo. I can't compare the formula or even the colors because I don't have Charlotte Tilbury, but I do enjoy this powder bronzer and highlight. And then I'm going to take this little pencil brush and go into the highlighter, right into the inner corner. And that's all I'm going to do to my eyes. Just going to kind of let the complexion, it's, you know, kind of a minimal, no makeup kind of complexion. And so we'll continue that on the eyes. I will use my Wet n Wild Kohl eyebrow pencil in Simma Brown now. Love this thing. Use it all the time. And I know one time in my lives I said I wasn't going to tightline anymore, but yeah, I just don't like the way it looks without it. And it's so much easier for me to do that than it is to always get in the on the lash line. So I do tightline. I rarely tightline on the bottom anymore though. If I do, I use a lighter color though. I don't tightline with a brown or a black down there. All right, so there's that. I think I have used all of my new products, which was my, except for the primer stick, which was my goal. So then I do have a lip product though. So I do have a new lip product. Okay, make sure I don't forget that. I don't see my eyelash curler at the moment, so we're just going in. I'm going to use the Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensational. I really like this brush. Some people don't like it because they think it's too flexible. But I mean, I don't know how hard you need to press to get mascara on your eyes. I never even notice it bending. Yeah, I think they can. I think they do pan things like mascaras, especially if you have some that are getting old and you want to get through them. It's kind of about using products up, and so anything that you want to use up, you can put in a panning project. Interesting. So the brush was even more wobbly than usual. I mean, it's pretty wobbly, but it, like, if you watch me put it on, the brush isn't bending when I put it on my eyes. The one that has the wobbly brush that I don't like is the L'Oreal Telescopic, the original, because not only is it a bendy brush, but it's really hard to get it in there. And I bent mine one time when I put it in there. Turns out I actually liked it bent, so I left it that way. But it is hard to get it back in the tube. On the flip side, it's nice because it does a good job cleaning off the wand. And like right now, I have a lot of mascara on this lash. So I'm actually going to take a clean spoolie and go through that because it's really kind of clumpy on that side. And I don't usually have that trouble with this mascara, but if you're going to have trouble with a mascara or anything, it's going to happen during the live, right? Oh, so you don't want to mess up the pretty, like a stamp or the fear that of running out of something that you love and then not being able to get it again, that actually makes sense to me. Yeah. So I have a little dot of mascara right there that fell off of the mascara wand. And so I'm going to grab, I have this one brush. This is my mascara fixing brush. And it should be dry enough now because it happened right away. And I just lifted it away because it was a flake. It wasn't like I touched it. It just kind of fell off. So yeah, cream some touched my nose too. How do I do that? All right, so let's get my hair down because I don't need that pulled back anymore. I should have brought a brush over here so I could fluff it up. I need to trim my bangs. They're getting a little long, kind of hanging in my eyes. Does anybody else cut their own hair? I'm really thinking about my hairdresser stylist that I absolutely loved quit cutting hair, and I haven't had a haircut since like September, and it's kind of starting to show. It's looking a little bit ratty. So the lipstick that I got is the e.l.f. Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen, and I've heard mixed reviews on these. This one is called Busta Mauve. Cute name, by the way. So I've heard some people who really like them, and I've heard others who did not. And I believe Jen was one who didn't. So, but I thought, you know what? I'll try it myself. I haven't tried any of the the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips or anything like that. I do love the L'Oreal Color Riche, the balmy one. And so we're going to test this out. I want to see what I've missed over here in the comments. Liz's brows are always cousins. And Cheryl says hers are often neighbors. They're not even in the same family. That's funny. A 30-year-old lip color. Oh my goodness. The neighbor's dog's cousin. Oh my goodness. You guys are funny. Funny, funny, funny. Okay, I think I caught up. Jamie, thank you so much. But they're so blonde that I think it's surprising when I put mascara on because they're so blonde you can't see them, and then the mascara goes on and it's like, oh, where did those come from? But all right, so I have 2 lip liners from e.l.f. and I'm not sure which one I want with this lipstick. So oh, Jamie, I'm horrible at expiration too, but I got these like garage sale tags at Dollar Tree or somewhere. They're just the round circle tags, and I started putting those on my products and marking when I bought them, and that kind of, especially things that like mascaras or something like that that you really don't want to use for too long. Now, I don't throw mascaras out at 3 months, you guys. That's ridiculous. But you know, it's good to know because time goes by so fast and you think, oh, this is still fine. And then you check something of when you last bought it and it was, 18 months ago. And you're like, oh, okay, maybe that one I probably shouldn't be using. All right, so this e.l.f. I have Pinky Swear. There's one. And then I have Mauve Aside. Okay, and I just sharpened that one and there was a little blob on the end. So that's my fault. All right, and then the lip product that we have is Mauve Aside, and these you click up. I kind of don't like this kind of packaging because if you click up too much, you can't click it back down. So I think we're going to use the mauve lip liner, and then I'll use that. It'll be interesting, I think, to see how these compare like to Allie Glines' Effortless Lips. So, and I would take off the lip balm that I put on, but it's pretty much soaked in, so I don't think there's anything to take off. These are very creamy lip liners, and they're $2 at e.l.f. It's crazy. This one is pretty. I think it's a really pretty brown. You were talking about a cool brown. I think this one is. It says it's mauve, but it's really more, I think it's more brown than it is mauve. So, all right, here we go with this Pout Clout lip pen. It is more pigmented than I expected, but if you look at the component, it is very soft. And so it's it got kind of messy. It's kind of stuck on the sides there. And if you put that lid on, it's going to get really messy in the lid. So I'm actually going to take my makeup wipe and kind of clean that off, which you wouldn't be able to do if you were using this on the go. I think you could get too much on your lips really easily. Kosas, I had the Kosas Reveal the concealer. I tried that. I think I got it in the giveaway that I won from Jen. And yes, it went bad so quickly. Like less than 6 months. It was bad. So I like that. What do you guys think of that lip color? It has a tiny little bit of a tingle. I don't think it smells minty though. Maybe a teeny tiny bit. But one thing I just noticed about this, a word of warning, when you put the lid on, I always want to like push from the bottom to put the lid on. You can't do that because it's going to click up more product. So you have to like hold the side and put the lid on that way. Otherwise, you're going to end up with product in your lid. It is really comfortable. I don't know what kind of, I don't know what kind of wear you're going to get on this, but it's really comfortable and I think it's really pretty. So I'm a little surprised at the bad review that I heard of it, because even talking and stuff, I don't feel like my lips are sticking together or you're getting those weird strings. I think you need to be careful not to get too much though, because it could get gloppy if you aren't careful. I have more giveaways to do, you guys. So let's see. I got my notebook back and we are going to That is so sad, Jamie, that you haven't been able to find what you're looking for. Do you have like an Ulta or somewhere that you can go and like swatch a bunch of them? Yeah, you know, I'm okay with a little bit of preservatives in my makeup if it's going to keep mold from growing. Hi, Karen, thank you. I understand the idea of clean makeup and that kind of stuff, but from my point of view, I think I'd rather have a little bit of preservatives and know that my makeup hasn't gone bad than the other way around. Okay, so let's do, this time I'm going to write down an animal, and it's not going to be an exotic or weird animal. It's just going to be something kind of normal, but I'm going to write down an animal, and then you guys, when I tell you go, you write down an animal, and the first one to write down the animal that I wrote down, and I'm not going to let you know when I stop writing because I don't want you to get an idea of if it's a long lettered animal or not. So anyway, all right, you guys write down an animal, and then I will pick and then the first one to do it will win the next giveaway. All right, go. Okay. Not yet. Keep guessing. If you've already guessed and it's not it, guess again. Sylvia! Sylvia wins it. It's a cow. There you go. See, I wrote it down. All right. So Sylvia is our winner on that one. And oh, I forgot on Kelly's. Sorry, Kelly, I missed your little sponge. I'm including these little diamond sponges. These are fun because the side here is really nice for like getting in up under your eyes and stuff. These are brand new, not used. I just took them out of their packaging. It was in a multi-pack. Okay. Good, very good, Sylvia. See, Sylvia went with what she knows about me. We have cows. They're not outside my window right now. So this also goes in Kelly's. And what Sylvia has won is a Grace and Stella, Everything is Better in Pink, the diamond-shaped sponge, and this Seraphine Botanicals Amla Nude, Silky Nude eyeshadow palette. And it looks like, if I can get it out, it looks like this. And I'm going to open it but not touch it. It's just a really pretty, cool toned, neutral eyeshadow palette that I think would be great for everyday travel, that kind of stuff. So Sylvia, that's your prize. So send me your address either on Instagram or to my email, and I will get that out to you. And I think that's all the makeup I have. So I have one more giveaway, and this one, I don't know if I want to do this or not, but if you guys get the first one to guess how old I am today is the winner on this one. Okay, so how old am I? And go. Jody, you're the winner today. I am 59 years old today. So, Trish, I love you. You're my new best friend. To think that Trish says I was 25, and that is just wonderful. So, but Jody, thank you, Tina. It's so good to have you here today. So Jody, run that one. Let me write it down. And what you're going to get, I am not 60 yet. Nope. One more year in my 50s. So Jody, thank you, Becky. So you also win a Grace and Stella Everything's Better in Pink eye mask, the diamond-shaped makeup sponge, and an eyeshadow palette from ColourPop called Cashmere Forever. I think this is so pretty. I hope you like purples, because it is just a purple lover's dream palette. So that is the palette that's going to Jody. All right. So Jody, again, send me your address in an Instagram DM or on my email, and I will get that out to you. All right, I am finished today. I'm gonna let you guys go. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. I've had, oh good, I'm glad you love purple. Yay! I love you too. I love all of you. I am having so much fun with these lives, and I kind of like this Tuesday afternoon. Guys, let me know in the chat. Did Tuesday work better for you guys than Wednesday? Because we have way more people here, and I don't know if it's just because it's special and I have my birthday party and I'm doing giveaways, or if it's just a better time for you guys. And if it's a better time, then I'm okay with swapping out days and doing the live on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. I think it actually might be a better day for me too. Anyway, I am going to let you guys go. Thank you. You all enjoy your day. Thank you for spending part of my birthday with me. You have made it so special, and this was really fun. You all have a beautiful, blessed day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.